Welcome back to Chuck's Tuesday Tips. Hey, I'm back from RaffleCon 3, which I finally learned how to say, by the way, and at Boston at MIT, and what an experience. Boston will never be the same. And you know what's really interesting is that this MIT is like the engineer capital of the world, right? Where all the smartest engineers go, and you can't get cell phone reception in MIT. So I thought maybe one thing a professor could do is figure out how to get cell phone reception. Maybe that'd be a project. But they don't do that. They study like how to make a widget transcend time, space, millennium and shit, you know, which kind of blows your mind. But I told them it wasn't going to work because haven't they ever seen Back to the Future? But anyway, listen, I'm kind of exhausted. I didn't really have time to prepare a full-on good tip. So I thought what I'd talk about is a little bit of the perils of tanning. And commercial tanning, home tan, pickle tan. I don't have a lot of time on my card, but I use all commercial tanning. I don't believe in pickle tan. I usually do dry tan and then rehydrate it like this. I think it's the best. A lot of people love wet tan. They love wet tan for a reason, because it comes back faster. But if you look at this hide and the finish on it and the way it is, you look at this hide here, and there's no oil. When they wet tan it, they cut out a couple steps. And then not only that, there's other perils. Like, everyone thinks that you have to shave these hides super paper thin to get all this stretch out of it. And you can see that the hair is coming through on this. You can see the thin spots on it. And I think they might do that to get them on those overbuilt mannequins. But no, you want a tan. It's got a little meat to it still. No pun intended. It's still got some workability, so you can sew it. It'll take a stitch. And if you have your measurements right and a good tan, it's going to come back to what it was. Another thing, mold. Look at this, brand new tan. To get mold like this, they had to let it sit around on the floor, the tannery, for weeks. And it's crazy. And then you'll run into things like, I'm not saying from this tannery, but could be they call up and say, hey Chuck, your Impala cape is no good. We got to reject it. Do you want us to send it back, or can we just throw it away? Well, I used to tell them throw it away, and then I got wise. I said, no, send it back. Then all of a sudden, miraculously, it comes back tan fine. What it was some guy further up the food chain who's more important to you. To them, they trashed his cape, and they're using yours to replace it. So these are all things and problems you run into. So you need to find a tannery that you're comfortable with. Usually the smaller tanneries, at least you can develop a relationship. Oh, and then another problem is sometimes with a smaller tannery, then they might tumble it, say, in tumble the hides. Instead of good cob dust, they use like sawdust from the wood shop. One day me and JJ were mounting a deer, and our hands are like black and stuff. He tumbled it in like sawdust from the cabinet shop. They were making walnut cabinets. You know, it's like, why is everything black? You know, so geez, it's just the constant battle for the taxidermist finding the perfect tan. I know what the perfect tan is. I've used the perfect tan. The problem is the guy with the perfect tan has sworn me to secrecy, and if I tell, he's going to kill me. So right now, the perfect guy's tan son-in-law has started doing some tanning. I'm waiting on a box this week from him. We're going to check it out, and if it's really good, I'm going to tell you what my experience is with that tan, and maybe you want to give the guy a try. And I'd also suggest when you're shopping for a tannery, don't send like everything. Send them a couple test batches. You know, usually your customers that you least like, you know, let them wreck those guys. God, people are going to hate me. Anyhow, next week on the tips, we're going to do a squirrel. We're working on some new stuff. We have some good suggestions coming in. We're still trying to find a tripod. We're willing to take donations. Anyone has any video equipment or any way to help me and JJ edit videos, shoot videos, put up a tripod so me and JJ can work together, because we never found the widget for the tripod because his sister left it at her boyfriend's house, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, but be sure and watch up on the internet. There's a whole lot of funny stuff And watch for Scumbag Steve's new rap video, because I'm in that rap video that made me get up on stage, and I'm in some other rap thing, and I did a whole bunch of other stuff. I have no clue what it is, but it's all really, oh, pop up something. It's really funny, and I had a great time there, and I met a lot of great people. I met a inspiring taxidermist from Germany I'm going to start working with. So hey, thanks for your patience. Thanks for tuning in to Chuck's Tuesday Tips, and we'll see you next week with the real project.